morning. You're still here on Morning at NTV with me, Flavia Tumusime. No, it's a whole new look. It is the first of a brand new month. I'm here with Joel and Michael. Good morning.
Morning, Flavia.
The rain kind of put everyone down?
Not quite. I was actually pranked this morning. Did you like the prank?
You were pranked?
I was. Were you pranked?
No, I don't see any prank. Do you see a prank?
Unless he is a prank.
Good idea.
How do you like it being on TV? Have you been on TV? Yes, you have.
No,
doing a couple of shows, but
TV.
news.
It's my first time on TV.
I've not seen you do news. What did the experience go like for you?
It was actually a thought 5 years ago that I put on the side.
What happened? Why did you shelve it?
I was still trying to, get my grammar right.
Thank God for April 1st, you get to live your dream.
I get to live my dream, that's true.
Are.
I think we'll be going through the press, obviously, just to find out what has made headlines this morning in a bit. Here at NTV, and it is the first of, it's very cold in here, but Michael and Joel, we are holding, I have the Daily Monitor. You've got
copy of the Daily Monitor?
Daily Monitor as well. Oh,
what did you think?
Michael has got the red pepper straight to
Joel.
Joel.
Prefers it a lot more. Many times she's appeared there, so you'll be happy to tell us what's there.
Joel, if you want to start off with a bit of pain, release it. Okay,
let it
go now.
Yes.
Let it go.
Let it go now, and let's get right into it.
All right, here on the Daily Monitor, ministers are differing on Kagezi killing.
Yes.
Everybody is saying one or two things. General Aaron Nyakairima, the Internal Affairs Minister, says this lady had guards. But then the Minister for Justice, Akainda Otafire, who called him Otafire, he says, look, government was yet to provide guards.
Yes.
So we are yet to hear many more things being unearthed, and hopefully this matter gets settled once and for all.
Yes.
You see, with each investigation, you don't hear conclusions at the end of the day, so let's wait and see what happens.
But the truth is, she had guards. The IGP yesterday said that they were at home.
That's the
whether
point.
they were actually supposed to be with her in the car or
So did she say no to guards? Did she have guards? Did she not have guards? Which story are we going with now?
That's the story.
That's the story.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
That's the story.
And what do we have?
Yeah, I think something the Observer, reluctant. This is interesting. Police reluctant to link murder to terror trial. Quite an interesting way to look at it. And there's this whole youth jump on Museveni Edge case, and we have some legal experts giving their opinion.
Is it just the youths jumping on Museveni's Edge case, really?
Well, jumping means there was somebody who was trying to go for it, and you've just jumped the queue and taken the...
You were talking about the late Kagezi's case, and I was thinking the rapper always has his own mind to a story. And there's this gunman shattered Joan's neck. I think there were witnesses. I'm not quite sure about how Pepper gets their own version of things, but they do have that.
It was shot in the neck, twice in the neck.
Yes.
That's
Shattered.
according to eyewitness. Yeah, red people would use many words.
Words,
Shattered, I don't
yes.
know what, and stuff.
And according to them, it is a short brown man who killed my mom. That's the daughter of the late speaking. Yeah, and I actually did see someone saying that he was brownish.
Yeah, I think I saw the IGP
And don't look at me like that. I don't suspect you of anything. Yes, you're brown, but don't worry
What,
about
now we are color profiling you.
I am not short.
Yeah, that's
That's
when
a
now
plus.
it's a privilege to be dark, because oftentimes the dark guys are the people nowadays, I don't know what, tall, light-skinned and handsome, so happy to be dark.
You have a lot to let go today.
Yeah, and there's an interesting viewpoint in the Observer.
Yes.
Zay sold our country to China.
Oh.
And I think Semuju Ibrahim Nganda talking about the president selling this country. I don't know why we're part of the mortgage as individuals.
The citizens as well go with the country.
Yeah, and there are two interesting pieces, because the second one is Museveni and this blatant abuse of NADS. Two hot letters in the Observer today.
Page to page.
Page to page.
Yeah.
But you see, Semuju, the point that he makes is that we have, in a very wanton manner, let in foreigners in this country. I'll tell you, you'll find that Chinese own quite a chunk in this country. They are doing a number of things, and we are letting them do whatever it is that they want. They look like they are good people, they are charitable and stuff like that. It's only in Uganda where we have an open door policy.
Yeah.
Anybody comes in,
Come
as
in
and when.
as you are.
Actually, at some points, visas are given at the entry. You know that happens in this country? It's
Yeah, tourists.
quixotic. I don't know how
Yeah,
we do
which
things
is-
that way.
Tourist visas are given at
Pretty,
the
pretty much
entry.
happens everywhere, though.
Yeah, but
Pretty
you see,
much.
does that happen to you when you go to the US, when you go to the UK or wherever else? It does not.
No, because you're Ugandan.
Because
But
you-
other
we are
countries have the
Uganda.
privilege. We,
So maybe
my
we
bad.
need to up our
I
game.
could be almost Kenyan.
Yeah. But you
Interesting.
at times you look Congolese. Has somebody told you that? I read that somewhere.
Joe, not this morning.
Do you have a national ID?
Now I'm Congolese. I was the last one to register, but I'm soon getting an ID.
Ah, good for
Apparently,
you.
KIU PhDs are highly sought after.
Yeah, because
You think PhD, you think KIU.
So are we, is it like a supermarket of sorts where you can, do they have a price tag to it that?
I think they meant you actually go, well, let's not.
Okay, yeah.
But you were saying?
the investigation is still being carried out into their PhDs. Apparently, you get them as and when. So that is
Supermarket.
why. Yeah. So
Allegedly.
we are told, you know, they are, somebody was saying they're not too different from those of NASA Road. Somebody goes to Makerere studies for 3 years. You go to NASA Road and in 3 hours you have your degree.
You're done.
It's not right. It is not fair. So
But I've never seen the ones from NASA. I mean, couldn't you tell the difference? Sort of like money, how there's a fake note and a real one. Isn't there a way of telling a difference?
Of course there is. There is a way, but you know, in the digital era, you will get the exact touch and feel.
So as an employer, I mean, do you know the difference?
I mean, universities have created systems where you can actually validate.
Find out.
Yes.
Yes.
but that's a lengthy procedure. He's an IT guru, so you know.
It's
But
actually
to
not
the
lengthy.
ordinary eye,
You wouldn't know.
Yeah, of course.
you wouldn't. They look one and say, because people have mastered the art of disingenuity, they will play about with it, and it's difficult to tell.
And when you find someone who's as street smart as me, you know, I can talk my way into anything. So it'd be. No, you.
All right, General Sejusa is standing hit on Army over his retirement. You know, about 500 or so Army officers were retired. General Sejusa happens not to be among those, and is crying foul.
Interesting. In the Observer, there was a piece where they were saying he's been retired, but well.
He's been
He's
retired. No, he wasn't. He
I
was
don't
not
think
on
he
that
was.
list, actually.
He wasn't retired.
Well, we are told also here, Uganda's inflation rises to 1.9%. There's a time it was double digit. Now, you know, but look, at the end of the day, because you see, many people will tell you the statistics look good, but you see, Ugandans still live in disconsolateness, and sometimes you are at odds. If you juxtapose the figures that we are being given by the economists and compare that to what is on ground, sometimes you're thinking, things look a lot worse, because we keep being told each year that, you know, our economy is soaring, it is growing. But do you see that?
Well, then I live on another sort of economic status, so I wouldn't
Again,
know.
it's a choice. You choose not to see.
I would not relate. Eh?
You choose
Do you
not to
relate,
see.
Michael?
Yeah, but you see, when you
That's
go
what I'm saying.
downtown to buy these, you see nice
That's,
shops like these
that's
ones.
us assuming I go downtown. Again,
Yeah,
it's
but
a
you
choice.
see, nice tops like these ones, you don't get them in shops, Kampala. This is very nice. Like, this is a really nice top. I'm told they're gotten downtown, so sure, you see what happens.
Just tell
down there.
Flavia she's
He has spoken his mind this morning. Interesting enough, in the Red Pepper in the 3 a.m., he cannot win even unopposed.
Hey.
Mbabazi is contesting in 2016. But
Again.
that's such a very heavy comment for Mirundi to say he cannot win even unopposed.
It comes from Mirundi.
Yeah, but
Moving on.
In the Observer, apparently the MPs have just discovered that their lives on Facebook is
Oh,
not private.
that they are what?
Their lives on MPs are not so private on Facebook. What did they expect?
I think they thought it was, yeah.
No, but give it to them. Cut them some slack. They just gave them tabs. They're just trying to get acclimatized to this whole, you know, Facebook thing, and you know, so they
And
thought
then-
maybe Facebook is just in Parliament.
And I think there's some interesting pictures here that they've picked. I guess from their Facebook pages trying to demonstrate. Yeah. So it depends. What was the intention of going onto Facebook? And
You'd forgive them. I mean,
I
they're
don't
not in
know,
the they're
to
not in
look,
the
you
age
know-
generation of being, you know, tech savvy or social media savvy. Yeah.
So you're saying they belong to the generation to whom Apple is just a fruit, tablet is just medicine,
Yes, and
Uma.
just if,
and they are watching.
no. It's not necessarily, you know, a diss as it is. All I'm saying is that, you know, some people in our parliament are not. They're busy. And they're not necessarily open to learning what Twitter is or how to use it or the other features on Twitter. To them, it's just status and that's it.
Would you like to become an MP sometime? That's
No.
a yes.
If the,
Let's go
people,
on.
if the people's voice.
Yeah, you know the way they normally say, me I don't want, but my people want.
Yeah. People
It's true,
want.
though. I was about to say that, I don't think it would be a choice for me. But if the people asked me, yes, definitely, I'd consider
Who are
it.
the people?
Her people where she comes from, Bupa Dengo.
My
They
people,
watch this show too,
my
so-
people come from very far, by the way. And if
Yeah.
they asked, I would be sole candidate, no pun intended.
Talking about Verify, I see there's hope for the Kisoro people, but you only raised 40 million from the Akford run.
Let's talk about this, because the whole evening yesterday on Twitter, it was Nigeria decided, not Nigeria decides. The hashtag changed. So opposition wins Nigeria election. And as my good friend said, that good luck will be remembered for his end, not his beginning or times in the president's seat.
Yeah, he actually had the good luck to end.
he?
properly.
Luck was not on his side this
And
time.
luck wasn't on his side, actually.
It depends on how you want to look at luck. The fact that he has handed over peacefully is good luck.
I mean,
We hope he does.
Anyone.
You hear some simmering tension, some people are saying, no, this was not right, and the like. I don't know. Whenever you get one, you'll hear people complaining here and there. But this is a good thing. You don't see it often. I think it's Ghana and Liberia. There's about 3 or so African countries where this has happened, where, the opposition wins
contesting.
and the ruling party concedes. But in other countries, it's business as usual. You don't lose an election that you organize. I know that sounds preposterous, but that's the way we do things. You organize the election, you've got to win it.
Yeah.
How do you organize it and lose it? It doesn't
someone
make
made a
sense.
joke that you cheat the exam and still fail the exam.
Eh?
Okay.
So what
It
are
is
you saying?
possible. It is possible. It depends if the examiner changed the question along the way.
Without
The
your
examiner.
knowledge,
I
yes.
thought you are the examiner in this case as well.
No, actually, examiners can change along the way. When I was teaching, we had the person who said the exam, and you had the moderator.
A teacher.
So the guys used to moderate are the people who look at the exam after the examiner has said and try to see if the English is right, the question makes
So we
sense.
assume Buhari had already infiltrated himself into this.
I think
But
so.
this can happen anywhere. It can
It
happen
is-
here.
it is
It can
possible.
happen.
Say that again.
This can happen anywhere. It can happen here.
This is being recorded, yeah?
Yes.
Of course it will.
It will.
I pray it does sometime.
It doesn't have to be
Regardless
like
of who it is that look, and then it have to even be a loss.
Yeah.
You don't have to get there in and get beaten blue black. Just say, look, I think I've run my race. Let
Before we go
these
to the
other
election.
sharps, do whatever it is that they can do. You don't have to get this humiliated.
This is the interesting thing is when you start, so we are getting over the excitement and we are starting, but the guy is 72. So we are beginning to shift the conversation in terms of whether we are up to the game, it was the change, but yes, Nigeria decided.
Deciding.
They did
Uganda, you're
decide.
deciding next year? I hope you decide.
Seems like Joel wants to tell us what to decide on.
No, clearly, just make sure you decide, because much of the time you hear people, look, I voted a certain way, but the results were something totally different. They were torpedoed, so...
But one vote can't necessarily decide an entire country's
I
results.
hope so, I hope so. You see, Ugandans
One
are
vote.
apathetic. They don't think their votes do count. I hope we can come to that realization that, look, my vote counts. Wake up, go and vote.
It counts, but person A can't vote for person B and say, just with my vote, this guy's won.
Hey.
It doesn't work that way.
You need to rethink your political
Unless it is a board vote.
What was
Unless
the-
I organize the elections, of course. Yeah, you're saying.
Yeah, make sure you're good friends with somebody. This is the quote of the day in the Daily Monitor. It's made by Buganda Katikiro Charles Peter Maiga on Sheikh Zata's attack on Kingdom's fundraising campaign. This is the Tofali. He says,
Yes.
let me keep quiet for the time being. This man is a gentleman. And look, I keep saying, can we have many more of our politicians being euphemistic? Because I was listening to one of the radio shows, I forget which station it was, and yesterday night, and I had the man that we were just talking about, Tamale Mirundi. This guy was coming off very vitriolically, abusing people, and I thought, by gents, what is wrong with this man, for goodness sake, So maybe we need to learn one or two things from the likes of my guy, that people will actually insult you, they'll offend you, but you come off as a gentleman, take it calmly. And
It's the power of choice.
It's the power of choice. Yeah. And maybe we need to keep
I need to.
choosing, right?
Are you a member of the Buganda Kingdom?
I'm a Murui, and we
Murui.
subscribe to the Chiganda culture
Oh,
as
okay.
well.
So the other day, I saw a tofali being collected from around where I work. Kisementi area, and I'm quite confused. I understand the concept, build, a kingdom as a people, let's do it together. But then what happens to the people themselves? Because I asked myself, okay, my kingdom clearly doesn't exist, so I don't know if they can.
Yeah, we know.
You know.
County or something.
What's wrong?
What's wrong with you people?
First of all, I don't know if any of my kingdom existed would have collected it to
You
file.
belong to the same.
There's nothing wrong.
Okay, this is not fair. This
What's
is
wrong?
not free and
No,
fair.
Okay, hold on, what's
There's
wrong?
nothing wrong with us not having a king because we are all entitled.
No, we have
to
a
You're all
king. We
kings,
just
right?
don't.
We just
You have a
opted
king.
not to.
Not to, but we have a king.
So you were saying the
I don't
Kisementi
think
Tafari-
I don't think we would have had a Tofali, but I assumed, okay, so you are they're giving money out of their
Yeah,
hearts.
and it is being taken.
Yeah, it's being taken. So at what point do you as Baganda go back and say, but nange mbadeni echizibu, can the Tofali give back to me? Because we're assuming we're one, right? It's one big family. So me as a big family, I can go to my brother Michael and say, last time I gave you something, but this time also give me something. Yes, so has he thought about that as well?
And you see, that's the point that Muzata was trying to make.
Yeah.
Look, of course, his remarks were offensive, they were denigratory. If you listen to him, you would think, no, there would have been a better way to put this, not in such an unpropitious way.
Yes.
But he has a point therein.
When do the Baganda get to peak also?
Besides speaking of, look, if you can put together millions of shillings and you dole it out to your kingdom, why can you not? Because you see, loads of monies were coming from, you find a small village, they are living in squalor, but they were able to raise loads of money. And he's saying, look, you can do that. Why don't you put together money, build a health center, put together money, build, a school and that kind of thing, ameliorate
But
yourselves.
Joel, that speaks to something close to what I would call leadership. When people identify something that they can quickly relate with, they will come out in numbers. And I think to an extent, I want to give kudos to the Prime Minister that he identified something that the Baganda could relate with very quickly. And they want wholeheartedly. I get amazed at how much money he collects out of the communities.
There's $1 billion coming from, is it the diaspora?
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
Last time he
What's
went, it was
Kaumbi?
this ball.
Kaumbi is $1 billion.
$1 billion. Last time he went, people were complaining. Those people we thought they had.
That was Dubai. I think they expected to get like what, $3 billion US dollars or something. They got like what, 70 million. They were disappointed.
Even the villages.
But you see, ultimately, the point that Muzata is making is, let's drive the Baganda to realizing that you can actually do this. Yeah, organize yourselves and then put this money together and do some things for yourselves because they're still living in despondency and they're putting together loads of money.
Okay, so I assume Joel did not actually contribute to the Tofali with the way he's speaking. Joel, Flavia, Michael, it is morning at NTV. We're on Twitter at NTV Uganda. We'll be back with the big story.